Ladies and gentlemen, the stories you're about to hear are true. The names have been changed to protect the guilty.
The Carolinas. 15 million people. Almost 3.3 million kids. They've built schools for them to learn in. Beaches and parks for them to play in. Most of the kids follow the courses planned, but a few of them get lost along the way. When they do, they make it interesting for me. I'm a journalist. I carry a notebook. And we thank you for joining us for our inaugural edition of Cell Block C, Carolina Crooks, where we take real-life stories ripped from the local police reports to bring to you. We think you'll find them entertaining. We did this back in the spring and summer of 2020 as a way to entertain our friends on Facebook during the pandemic. Everyone who was working at home, they asked, when are you bringing it back? So here we are. We're now on YouTube. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this page and click the bell notification so you don't miss any of our updates. We're going to bring it to you weekly, so hopefully you will enjoy it. Welcome to 2022. Our first report comes just 8 minutes after the start of the new year, and really, police do not like donuts. I think you'll find this one interesting. An off-duty sheriff's deputy was working at the Hot Wheels skating rink in Spartanburg when employees came in and said there was a pickup truck driving recklessly in the parking lot. Well, the deputy went outside, and sure enough, there was a Chevy pickup truck doing donuts in the parking lot, dangerously close to the kids who were trying to get into their parents' cars. Now, he was in uniform and approached the truck and asked the driver to put it in park and to please stop. Well, that did not work. The guy in the car put it in reverse, hightailed it in reverse back, hitting the officer with his mirror, spinning him around. Well, the officer jumped in his patrol car and started to chase him around the parking lot. The guy did not want to stop. He continued to do donuts. So they finally got the guy out. He stopped in front of the skating rink and tried to get inside when employees locked the doors and sounded the alarm. Well, the officers finally got up to this gentleman and tried to arrest him. Guess what? He did not want to go quietly. He started making a scene there. So it took a couple of deputies, but they got him into the patrol car. He was cursing in front of the kids, so his charges are not only reckless driving, but public disorderly conduct. Not a good move. Our next story is called A Clean Getaway. This one comes from Spartanburg. Right before Christmas, officers were called to the Dollar General, where they were told that two females had entered the store and were in there for approximately 5 minutes when they left the store carrying a bunch of soap and two Dollar General shopping baskets. Well, officers reviewed the surveillance tape, and sure enough, the two women came into the store at 18:50. That's 6:50 p.m. for you civilians. They walked to the aisle where the soap was located and loaded up two baskets before walking out of the door without paying for them. Now, they got away with 40 bars of Dove soap valued at $240. Wait, this is Dollar General. That math does not add up to me. And they also got away with the two Dollar General shopping baskets, which I'm guessing were probably valued at more than $1 each as well. We call this one, really? Prescription weed? I don't know about that. So Spartanburg police were called to the Walmart on the west side of Spartanburg recently to a woman who was there skip scanning some toys and blankets. Now, she was in the self-checkout lane, and skip scanning, if you're not sure what this is where you scan one thing, put it in your bag, and then you take the next one or two things and just bypass the scanner and put it right in your bag. You're not going to get away with it. Trust me on this. They're watching it very carefully. Well, an employee at Walmart who was working the self-checkout went up and offered to help, but the suspect continued to skip scan items. And then she left the store going out the door and didn't pay for probably more than half of what she had in there. So, of course, they went out, escorted her back to the loss prevention office. Police arrived and began to talk to the woman. She agreed to talk to him and said that she thought she scanned everything, but then broke down into tears. So I guess she confessed at that point, and as they were getting ready to arrest her, they searched her, and they found in her purse a 0.4 gram hand-rolled blunt. That would be marijuana, for those of you that are not aware, but it was in a prescription bottle. So it had to be legal, correct? It's got to be prescription marijuana if you find it in a bottle. No, not the case at all. So she got a marijuana charge, and she also got the shoplifting charge. Not a good look. This one is Be Healed. B-E-E, healed. So officers were called to a church on Asheville Highway in Spartanburg recently. A man complained that someone stuck a sleepy, sluggish Italian honeybee in his shirt and it had stung him. He said he just knows that someone did it intentionally because the man down at the liquor store told him that he was not wanted at the church. Now, he went back to the church to try to retrieve the honeybee to bring it to City Hall to show the police, but he was unable to do so. Police did observe a green plastic cloth tag sticking from the top of his shirt where he was claiming the bee sting was. Now, they called EMS, but he said he didn't want EMS to come because he was only slightly allergic to bees. Is that like being slightly pregnant? Well, it was either you are or you are not. So who knows on that one. So that's what we have for this edition of Cell Block C, Carolina Crooks. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell notification so you don't miss anyone. Happy New Year. Here's to a great 2022.